maybe he's thinking, oh, Peter's there.
What kind of a tool did you take the bark off with?
Actually, I'm using, this is my basic tool. Every time I do demos, I have the wire cutter. This one, I use this to split the trunk. And this is for the foliage.
What did you were taking the bark off?
Oh, this one. It's an X-Acto knife. And normally they sell you with the blade on it, but this one has a bark stripper on it. This is like about $3, $5, something like that. And I seldom see them like when you go to store, but when you go to conventions like that, they have a lot of these. Sometimes you can buy 3 for $10 like that. And it's very, very sharp, and it's good for if you want to clean your trunk like that, you know. It's like peeling a potato. Harry knows that when you get a good tree like this, you know, it's everybody's dream.
Yeah.
And there's no more of those, you know, snail type of California juniper that's a long big gun. And if it does come up like that to the auction like that, you have a lot of people bidding on it. And a lot of the times I notice on California junipers, if they've been sitting on the pot for a long time, those are dangerous. You repot them and they'll die. Yeah.
They're weak?
Because they're not weak, they're strong, but what it is it's been sitting on the pot for a long time and the old soil are there. So you're talking about that decomposed granite for 8 years in that pot. So when you try to break it, that's when you lose the tree. Yeah, so what I notice in everybody's yard when they repot this tree, you know, having the old soil like that, they take at least about an inch or two all around, and they put new soil. That's repotting to them. But what I do when I collect, I shake everything, nothing out, you know. But I think getting these trees is basically the aftercare once you get them, you know. I don't babysit them. I don't put no B1B or anything like that. Anything that But what I do collect in order for the tree to survive is the old foliage that drops with micros on it. I collect those, and the DG that grows right next to that tree. And then I use pumice and all that, and a lot of mister. That's it. Try to water it once, good water. After that, all mister. The mister is set at 3 o'clock because that's up in the mountain. That's what they call the morning dew. There's no rain coming from below, and that's how they survive.
How often do you get missed it?
The what?
How often does it get missed?
Every day.
Just once a day?
One early in the morning, 3 to 4, lunchtime, and then at night. That's it. But nothing here. And sometimes I cover the trunk with plastic. You know.
Keep it dry.
The most important is preparing the tree once you put it in a trading pot. If you haven't done your work once you collected it, what's going to happen is, as soon as it lives, you have another problem. Oh, it's not going to fit in the pot. You know, so you ended up getting a real big pot and a smaller tree, which is supposed to be the opposite. So what I do is I chop all the big roots, make sure that it's flat, and use a lot of prayers. Don't forget.
Our master is in the house.
And so this is a very healthy tree. The reason I can say it's healthy, everything is green. It's really green. It looks healthy. It looks like it's had a few flowers on it in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So we have a really healthy tree. The other thing about the tree is that the center part of it has some interesting character to it. You see a little bit of twisting, and even the one on the right has a little bit of a character, and that's what Harry likes. He likes trees that have character. Something that's straight doesn't really have any character or interest. So he looks for trees that have some type of character to them that provides an interest that goes beyond the tree itself. But his style in styling today is different than other masters, in that he has taught us that the styling has a flavor that's similar to a cloud. So you see, as he begins to unfold and move into the final styling, that many of the green parts, for example, what Peter is doing here, has kind of a cloud effect to it. So it kind of moves itself out and creates kind of a lift and a movement in much of his work. So that's kind of the basic style, that if you see one of his trees, that's the first thing you look for, is the fact that much of the branches come out and kind of float. So there's nothing underneath, and there's the openings that'll create this cloud-like look. And then the layers, of course, is where you get the triangle. So we kind of look at ways in which we conserve our energy, because usually when you're in the mountains digging, you have about 3 or 4 hours. That's it. So you start digging at 7, and you'll get done at 11 o'clock, 11:30 in the morning, and then you pack up, put your trees in your car, your vehicle, and then you head home, because you've got to get back through Los Angeles to get back to your house. So you don't have much time, so you try to conserve your time a little bit, so that in doing so you can get as many trees as you can, but also to get trees that are of good quality. So we usually stay close to the road, and we have pretty good luck. We want short ones, and Harry does a lot of demos and workshops, so he's always collecting trees so that he has a good inventory for his collection.
First of all, I'd like to thank the guys for coming. I saw this same team at the Huntington. They're very efficient. They don't talk much. They mostly do hand signals. It seems like a mental telepathy or something. It's incredible. They work through a tree much bigger than this in a couple hours. They're very efficient and fun to watch.
This year he gave us a little bit more idea of stuff. I got all 3 trees. So I got 100% on mine. When I talked to
Bye, bird.
I'll count the rings for you. We don't care how. That's pretty cool to see him. See him doing it right here in front of you. This close. Yeah, oh yeah.
It's a better angle than
It's probably in a clump, so it's probably 3 times as tall. So that's
So much for your work there, we appreciate it. All right, one more thing, folks. We got a birthday cake for Mr. Harry. Would you all gather around a minute? We have a gift and a cake. He's going to cut the cake. It has a picture of Harry with a California Juniper. It says, "Happy 95th birthday, Harry Hirao." And we're going to get him a piece with his face on it. How about that? All right. 95 years. All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Harry. Happy birthday to you. All right. Okay, every year we get Harry a card. And I thought to myself, what does Harry need another card for? But in a lot of the pictures I saw, he has a hat on. So this year we got him a hat. It says, "Harry, happy 95th anniversary," with a San Diego Bonsai logo on it. And it's green. Oh, he's going to cut it. I think he's hungry. He's going to just go ahead and cut it up for us. Would you want to try on your hat, Harry? They want to take a picture of you. All right. Nice. Thanks a lot, Harry, for coming. All the many years, we thank you so much. All right. What an honor.
Wait. 1, 2, 3. Got it. No problem.
Hey, once again, thanks for inviting Harry again on his birthday here. I know it's a traditional every year, Harry's here. I'm glad he made it, and now the tree's here. Hold on, Harry.